When the ice melts from rivers in the Arctic, belugas move in. The adults are intent on fish. The calves are more interested in playing. A sperm whale is the largest toothed whale. It's much bigger than any of the really scary sharks. Going fishing? A hungry great white will tackle almost anything. Aren't you glad you're not on the menu? Sharks often signal that they're about to attack by swimming in a different way. Unfortunately, not all animals warn divers. You probably won't find out about a scorpionfish until you brush up against one. Looks like this fish's camouflage has fooled yet another victim. But wait! That's a pufferfish. No thanks. If you're unwise enough to grab a venomous fish, you may be left with the burning question, what was that? Hey, where'd they go? You better look fast if you want to see these guys. If it swims and changes from box-shaped to ball-shaped, it must be an inflatable fish. A tiny fish. A hungry eel. Care to bet on the winner? But wait! This balloon's too big to bite. Few predators would bite into this ball of spikes. A sea urchin is betting its life on that idea. Sea urchins can't run from predators, but their sharp spines provide a good defense most of the time. Sea urchins belong to the group of animals known as echinoderms. That makes them relatives of starfish. Out of water, starfish rarely move, but in their element, most are powerful predators, sneaking up on their prey with sticky tube feet. Starfish have many arms. Another grabby animal is the octopus. An octopus likes to investigate its surroundings. It's an intelligent, curious creature, and a strong one, too. A full-grown Pacific octopus can be huge. Take a look at how big some other marine creatures can get. Some ocean animals can get really big. It's a good thing most toothy terrors are not giants. Many ocean creatures have scary-looking teeth, but we sink our teeth into them far more often than they ever bite us. Sharks aren't the biggest animals in the sea with teeth. Many whales have teeth, too. When the ice melts from rivers in the Arctic, belugas move in. The adults are intent on fish. The calves are more interested in playing.
Greetings, I am Zarka, a citizen of the planet Maris, a place where the intelligent forms of life live in liquid oceans. A team of our species, the Marisians, is conducting a study of water planets in your galaxy. Please choose a path and accompany me to assist. Dear Aquatimus, my beloved other, how I miss you. I have seen such amazing things and wish to share them. Please accept these brief transmissions. You requested that I send images of the humans that live here. The large ones with the spherical heads are the ones who have evolved the ability to survive underwater. The ones who must stay above water appear to have more fragile bodies. Sometimes these frail ones are seen in the depths in underwater craft, which they cannot leave. Aquatimus observed, ours is not the only planet plagued by the encrusting Warbna. Apparently these tenacious beasts are also found on Earth. Perhaps they arrived many millennia ago on the hulls of our sea thrusters when we first scouted the planet.
Siri.
Incidentally, humans know of our former settlement, which they call Atlantis. As you recall, this colony in the Mediterranean Sea sank after the eruption of a nearby volcanic island. The Earth name comes from our successful distortion of records, which located the colony in the Atlantic Ocean. So the station's actual ruins should be safe from looters. Many of the animals here are quite friendly and welcome our presence. These Quantumus, do you recall that legend about the great Bellicai's pet?
Hello, mates. I can call you mates, can't I? The name's Eli. Eli Higgins, that is, rightly.
My name's Curtis, and I rescue people for a living. When people think about dangers at sea...
Hi, my name's Rebecca, and I'm an oceanographer.
After I retired, I guess I spent too much time around the house. Get a hobby, my wife Elsie said. Get a job, get a pet, anything. Just get off the couch. So I started looking around for something new to do. What did I pick? Scuba diving. You wouldn't believe what's down there. Choose a tour and I'll show you. While we were on a vacation in Bermuda, my dive buddy and I decided to go on a deep dive to a reef more than 100 feet down, deeper than we'd ever been before. What a great reef! The water was so clear, even at that depth. I'd never seen such beautiful sponges before. I looked around for my buddy to show him these incredible purple tubes.
These are among the oldest animal types on Earth. Over millions of years, sponges have evolved into an astounding variety of species.
I couldn't see my buddy, which is always bad news. But then I wasn't looking very hard. I was very distracted by this eagle ray that swooped by, giving me the eye. Maybe I was in his territory. Or was it her territory? Anyway, it was a marvelous creature.
Although some rays carry powerful weapons, divers find these graceful gliders to be gentle and fascinating companions.
Then my buddy swooped by with some newfound pals. "Hey!" I yelled. Well, actually, it was more like... I was trying to tell him, stop playing around with that manta ray. Don't leave me down here. My buddy let go and started flapping his arms, giving me a strange signal that could have meant almost anything from "I'm having a heart attack" to "something's about to eat you." Come to find out, he meant, "Hey, look what's coming." Out of nowhere, this gigantic shark cruised past me like a nuclear submarine. I completely forgot the two rules of diving: stay calm and breathe. In fact, I nearly swallowed my regulator. Just when my heart had finally stopped pounding, we heard a rumbling sound off in the distance. It got louder and louder. Sounded like something even bigger was headed our way. My buddy and I were quaking in our swim fins, hanging onto each other, when the monster finally burst into sight. A submarine! Wouldn't you know that tourists would show up just when we were losing our cool? I felt a little foolish and a little dizzy, too. Elsie, darling, what are you doing here? I thought you were waiting up on the boat. You look different, dear. Is that a new hairdo? Everything came out gleep. It's hard to talk with a regulator in your mouth. Suddenly, my buddy pulled me away from her and started hauling me up. "Rapture of the deep," he said later. "Nitrogen narcosis." You were doing really weird things, he told me. You mean to tell me I said you didn't see what I saw? That cuttlefish, he asked? I wondered why you were staring at that. You looked like you were in love. I don't think I'll tell Elsie about this.
It can hover in one spot, change color in a flash, and zap its prey from a distance. An alien from outer space? Nope, it's a cuttlefish.
Hi, I'm Kim. Ever since I was a little girl, I've dreamed of sailing around the world alone. Now I'm actually going to try it on my 30-foot sloop, the Serafina. Time to cross the Indian Ocean and then the Atlantic. Ready for adventure? Let's go! What a welcome to the Indian Ocean.
Sea snakes can deliver a venomous bite. But rather than being a threat to humans, most snakes are endangered by people who sell their flesh and their skins. Here's a sea snake whose track you might find on some beaches. Can you identify other tracks you might find in the sand? Recovering sunken treasure takes skill and patience, but the fruits of all this labor can be breathtaking. Want to be a marine archaeologist? Better learn all about diving.
Good job. You've balanced the life in your aquarium, and everything should survive as long as you pay attention to water temperature and chemistry. Bad news. The starfish pried open the scallop and ate it. The goldfish died. Goldfish belong in fresh water, not in salt water. Good job. You've balanced the life in your aquarium, and everything should survive as long as you pay attention to water temperature and chemistry. Sorry. The ribbon eel ate the crab and the octopus. The boxfish nibbled on the tube worm and the sponge. The starfish pried open the scallop and ate it. The goldfish died. Goldfish belong in fresh water, not in salt water.
World Wildlife Fund wants to protect the diversity of life. To do that, it's crucial to understand animal relationships. The lives of ocean animals are intertwined. Cleaner fish are fed, while groupers are groomed, and clownfish snuggle up to anemones.
Predators.
Some animals benefit from partnerships with other animals. Others benefit from pretending to be something they're not. Hide and seek. It's not for fun. In nature, this is a game of life and death.
The homeowners have to abandon their seaside homes. They sue your government for not protecting their property. The homeowners mount a campaign against you, accusing you of mismanagement of public resources. The waves gradually sweep the expensive homes out to sea. Beach habitats used by birds and other animals are also lost to the waves.
version of pirate life is a lot more glamorous and a lot less gory than it was in reality.
Freebooter, Corsair,
From an undersea volcano, an island emerges. Add the action of the surf and presto, a beach. After colliding with a larger vessel in heavy fog, this fishing boat sank in less than a minute. Many disasters at sea are caused by bad weather. Even the biggest ships are no match for the awesome fury of a stormy sea. Bad weather is often what causes ships to end up on the ocean floor. Some people would like to mine the ocean floor for manganese and other precious minerals. It's calm now, but storms, fires, and leaks on and around oil rigs can spell disaster for both workers and the environment. Minerals in the seafloor are only one form of buried treasure. Looking for sunken treasure? Many Spanish galleons went down in the Atlantic. Sailors think of the Sargasso Sea as sluggish water choked with weeds, but divers know this place is teeming with life. The Atlantic Ocean has long been famous for its lobsters. Lobsters are one of many creatures that are endangered by pollution in shallow waters. Most plants and animals live in the shallows. Corals are also found there. Corals come in a wide variety of colors and shapes. So do sea mosses. Sea mosses are in a class by themselves. But can you match other animals with the names of the groups they belong to? Matching animals with their names can be tricky, especially when there are many different species. For example, can you always recognize a sponge? Sponges are in a class by themselves. They don't really have relatives. Do you know much about which animals are related and which are not? It's sometimes hard to tell what's related to what. For example, what type of animal is a jellyfish? These creatures come in many colors, shapes, and sizes. Their sting is not often fatal to humans, but to a fish, an embrace can be deadly.
Transparent.
Jellyfish are a favorite food of some sea turtles. Sea turtles are among the ocean creatures that need pristine shorelines on which to nest. Beaches are constantly rearranged by wave patterns, and a major disturbance like a hurricane can sweep a beach completely away. From New England to Florida, the eastern seaboard of the United States is periodically ravaged by hurricanes. Hurricane winds can do a lot of damage, and so can the waves that accompany them. How high do the waves reach on a shoreline? That depends in part on whether it's high or low tide. If high tide threatened homes in your community, what would you choose to do?
Because other governments in the same area have made the same decision, the sea turtles are now extinct. There are very few fish left in the area. It'll be decades until they make a comeback. Other fish-eating animals, such as seals and seabirds, have also disappeared.
People often make choices that affect ecosystems. For example, we sometimes tamper with the Earth's natural water cycle. The water cycle affects every living thing on Earth. We're all interconnected in one great web of life. sounds made by these gentle giants once frightened ancient sailors. But today, the songs of humpback whales are music to our ears. Relics of ancient civilization are found throughout the Mediterranean. How many centuries have passed since this pottery held anything but seawater? Islands can be home to unique types of animals. One you might find on islands north of Australia is the saltwater crocodile. Well, what are you waiting for? Come on in for a swim. The water's fine. You don't mind a little crocodile company, do you? Pollution and destruction, wasteful exploitation. Unless we make this a thing of the past, our oceans may not have a future. Sea monsters created by Hollywood are often more funny than frightening.
Nice work. Scandinavians named this creature after a tree because they thought its crooked arms looked like tangled roots. Nice work. Scandinavians. Right. Yes. Yes.
Starfish have many arms. The clinging touch of a curious octopus has startled many a diver. Divers see many There are many types of worms. These Military personnel are usually the first on the scene of a disaster at sea. Many people owe their lives to these well-trained rescue crews. Guarding the coastline is one of the primary responsibilities of the military. Some sailors still have to contend with thieves, drug runners, and pirates. The survival of people play the most important role in the web of life. Turtle time in Costa Rica. These Ridleys risk their lives to climb up the beach, dig nests, and fill them with eggs. Then it's back to the sea until next year. Turtle eggs are often dug up and destroyed. Do you know how to recognize different eggs when you come across them? A flatworm is a simple animal. So is a sea squirt. They take in water, squirt it back out, and eat and breathe as it passes through. Simple designs for marvelous animals. Looking for sea squirts? You can find them on coral reefs. Coral reefs are in danger everywhere. These are not just piles of rock we're destroying, but homes for thousands of species. Most corals need warm water and sunlight, so you won't find them. Tropical oceans contain many coral reefs. Can you match clues with the oceans they belong to?